already. I never thought I would feel so pumped up to maintain my car now, and I feel like I can have a somewhat intelligent conversation with my car mechanic, so that's awesome. I know I always want to bring my husband along because you think, a girl walking into a car place, we don't know anything, so now I feel like I really actually do know something. So you also shared with me, well, first when you mentioned you were Toastmaster, that you were terrified of doing that role, but I feel like in your speeches you're very, very comfortable with speaking and with your topic being with cart maintenance. I liked how your opening, you grabbed the audience's attention before starting the PowerPoint. I notice when some people, they'll bring up the first slide, even if it's an opening slide, and sometimes that's distracting, because even if the slide is just the title or a picture, you're still like looking at it and waiting for the next slide while the person's finishing up. So I really liked how you grabbed the audience's attention with your enthusiasm and even set the tone, and you actually gave us in your opening essentially the content and the title before starting your PowerPoint, because it got us engaged. Speaking of that, your enthusiasm, I could feel it, and I really liked too how you even would bend your knees. You weren't just enthusiastic with your voice flexion. You bent your knees, you leaned forward, and you had great eye contact too, looking around the room. I know it can be challenging with a PowerPoint, and sometimes some people try to do both, back and forth, back and forth. I noticed you were really good at just looking around the room, even while you had slides up, and then you would, in a good transition, you would turn then and turn to the slide, and you weren't even distracting us from what was on the slide by looking back and forth. You would look at the slide, maybe make one comment, and then you would look back at us and insert humor and expand on that. So I thought that was really great. I really liked your humor with that too. I think that really kept our attention. Sometimes when you bring up a title or when you're talking about cars, you were very aware that it could be kind of a mundane topic, or maybe a topic that we would just check out because, like, car maintenance, either I don't know anything about it, or how exciting can that be? But your humor really, in keeping it simple with the words you used, even though they were technical words, you kept it very simple. With the slides, I feel like you had just the right amount of content on the slides, and there was a good balance between pictures and bullet points, and the font was large, easy to read, the black font, simple, so there wasn't too much content. I know the only slide where you pulled up the manuals, but the purpose of it wasn't to read that, you were just showing what a manual looked like. So I feel maybe you might have clicked through that real quickly, but then that's when I realized, well, we weren't supposed to read it, but it was kind of maybe jumping back and forth, that I was trying to follow the one slide. I'm like, oh, did I miss anything on that? I was just wondering if I missed anything on that. Also, your reaction to the slides kind of set the tone for us for what our reaction should be. When you would bring up a new slide, a lot of times you would, how you tone down when you talked about some of the slides, so that kind of set the tone for us. So outside of that, I think one of the things to challenge yourself with is, you mentioned that you were pretty comfortable and already knew something about this topic, so maybe I look forward to other speeches and challenging yourself and digging further into something that we can all learn from. So thank you.